Look at Waikiki Beach, the outrigger right there.
Introducing the all-new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. It combines shaving and gentle exfoliation into one efficient stroke for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
Our journey at Continental has taken us down many roads. And when we first started, they weren't even paved. For more than 150 years, we've worked hard to earn your trust. From the trail to the racetrack and beyond. The Continental mark in all its forms stands for confidence. Confidence you trust. Continental Tire.
It's 1:15 a.m. and time for another classic hit.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaii flies with us. Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, where local culture meets world-class hospitality. And Dollar General, where you save time and money every day. The Hawaiian Islands, so happy to be back after we missed last year for the 12th annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. Such great hospitality. They take wonderful care of us. So thrilled that we're back over here in Honolulu. South Florida and BYU, two tightly contested games already today to start the 2021 tournament. And 11-8 South Florida right now at the lead, and South Florida's defense is the story so far, holding BYU down.
Love to see the set play the Cougars come with out of the timeout. Get a glimpse into Coach Mark Pope's playbook.
Diving for it, Atiki Aliatiki for BYU, 10 to shoot. Spencer Johnson attacks. The floater by Spencer Johnson for BYU.
And that's a good shot for him, but that's also a good option defensively if you're South Florida. Run him off the three-point line, turn him into a guy who has to drive the basketball, but a nice floater.
DJ Patrick cut off. Sam Hines Jr. on the baseline. 7 to shoot, launching a three. Jameer Chaplin. And the rebound, Gideon George for the Cougars, and BYU looks to run. Spencer Johnson hustling, and he throws it right to Sam Hines Jr. as he was falling out of bounds, and it's a steal for the Bulls.
It was Coach Wooden who said, you want to be quick, but don't hurry. And right there, you're trying to get something in transition, a little bit of a sloppy play. And for South Florida, Rox, I don't think they've had a layup yet in this game. Everything's been outside shot attempts, and they still find themselves with the lead.
And so far this year, Corey, for South Florida, Brian Gregory, that has not been a good recipe because they have yet to find their stride on the offensive end. And look, Brian Gregory's got so many newcomers on this roster. He has 10 newcomers, 8 transfers, including 7 Division I transfers. So he was patient. He knew it was going to take time. Off the inbound, DJ Patrick stepped on the sideline before making a three, so a turnover on South Florida. But Brian Gregory knows he's got to be patient with this group considering all the newcomers he's got on this roster. And there's the struggles they've had offensively this year.
Not being able to connect and create shots for each other. Then when they do have shots, you know, those two stats are going to be tied together. When they increase, you know, their assists, you're going to see those field goal percentages go up. But right now, the emphasis should be on attacking the rim and creation for your teammate. Right now, a lot of guys one dribble pull-ups, and they've been making a few of them, but right now, you know, we're 10 minutes in, they've only got 11 points, and they've all been jump shots.
2 fouls, and DJ Patrick now of South Florida. Dijon Lucas. Gideon George from out there. And a three gives BYU the lead again.
Good ball movement. George tees it up from downtown. The Cougars back in front. Roxy, you talked about their offensive struggles early on in this game. They want to get on track with threes and layups as well.
Gideon George's first points. He's had a slow start offensively to the year. That was just his fourth made three. And he was a really good scorer for BYU at times last year. As the rebound, Ali Atiki for the Cougars. Seneca Knight launching. Rims out a three, and the rebound, Jameer Chaplin for South Florida. And South Florida, who does want to run when they have opportunities. Here's the pull-up moving in, Javon Green.
Nice and smooth. The one dribble pull-up, good pump fake. They've got quick players that can beat you off the bounce. Nice mid-range shot.
He's a transfer from George Mason, Javon Green. Off the hands of Ali Atiki, and a steal for South Florida. Sam Hines Jr. then lost it out of bounds, and it goes right back to the Cougars. South Florida with these 8 transfers, 7 Division I transfers, 10 newcomers. It's been a work in progress for Brian Greger in the offensive end. It's Gideon George missing the three, and the rebound, Jameer Chaplin again for South Florida. Already 4 boards for Chaplin.
The Cougars without their best player on the floor for a few minutes, getting a rest here, Alex Barcelo. They're trying to generate some offense, but he really leads the show for them in terms of creation as you see him coming back to the scorer's table, about to get busy again.
Stripped by Chaplin. And Gideon George hustling, and he's fouled in the backcourt. And the foul is on South Florida. Sam Hines Jr. called for his first. Team foul number 6, so the next one will put BYU into the bonus for the rest of the half. And a BYU team that began the season 6-0. And they blasted Oregon in a game in Portland. In fact, BYU began the season with 3 straight wins over teams that made the NCAA tournament last year. They beat Cleveland State, San Diego State, and then Oregon to start the year.
You know, in my opinion, at full strength, they're a top 15 team. The way they handled San Diego State and the Oregon Ducks, they really made a statement. And the way that they play is going to be consistent night after night. They share the ball. They do a lot of great things offensively. But these injuries are going to take their toll.
And it stinks because Gavin Baxter is playing fabulous basketball. And Richard Harward never got his season started, unfortunately, for BYU. Tied at 13. Just over 7.5 to go until halftime.
I wanted to wake up to the sound of the ocean.
Sun and surf. That's what we were looking for.
But the moment we arrived, we found so much more. We found beauty.
We found adventure.
We found a place we'll never, ever forget.
Here's to all you out there whipping up a casserole on an hour's notice. Here's to making lists and making sure you don't run out of the things you need. Here's to the real everyday heroes taking care of business and all the people you love. At Dollar General, we're proud to be right around the corner with the brands you love for less. So stop by your neighborhood DG and let's make real deals happen.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297 $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-429-0962. Again, that's 800-429-0962.
We'll have 2 more bowl games for you Thursday on ESPN and the app at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. That means at 10:30 over here in Honolulu. The North Texas Mean Green take on Miami of Ohio in the inaugural Frisco Football Classic. Then it's a Sunshine State matchup between UCF and Florida in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Certainly the most wonderful time of the year. We'll have a bowl game literally just steps away from the Stan Sheriff Center on Christmas Eve. Mark Pope and BYU tied at 13 with South Florida. Hawaii will play Memphis in the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve. Just go out one side of the arena. Complex is right there. Unlike in the past, and the game was played at Aloha Stadium, which right now is not functioning because it's condemned, unfortunately, as Fusini Traore for BYU, and the Cougars reclaim the lead.
They come out with their bigs again, go 4 out and 1 in, and let him run block to block. Want to get back to that inside play. They've shot it well in the paint.
Here's a 3 launched, and the pure stroke. Javon Green has 9 for South Florida. The Bulls are up 1.
Right now, he's the bright spot, shooting 80% from the floor, 4 of 5. Keep getting him the rock as they hang around and retake the lead.
Caleb Lohner launching a 3. He is now 1 for 18 outside the arc on the season. Running the floor and the lay-in to the block goes Corey Walker Jr., and it's South Florida by 3.
Some good things happening for South Florida. They hit the jump shot, they get the defensive rebound, and they come and get a transition bucket, and now they get a turnover. Good sequence right here for the Bulls to see if they can capitalize. Back to the man with the hot hand.
Too strong on the banker. Caleb Lohner clears. Tijon Lucas pushes. Trying to get it to Traore. It goes off the foot of Sam Hines Jr. and it stays at this end with BYU.
Well, Rox, what do you do when you're 3 of 4? You make it 4 of 5. You know you got the hot hand. Come right off the screen. That's a good look from dead straight on. Green out there. And in transition, the look away gathers and scores 2 high percentage shots right there. Trying to get this offense back on track.
BYU just 33% with 6 turnovers, which is uncharacteristic of a Mark Pope team, but got to give a lot of credit to Brian Gregory's defense. Pushed out of bounds by Javon Green, stays with BYU at 13 to shoot.
And that's one of the toughest plays in basketball to make. What Green just did, he rotated from the weak side and took away an easy layup. That's team defense.
Alex Barcelo, his first open look, and he nails it. Ties the game.
He's been out there so long, they lost track of him for just a second, and that's all he needed.
He's the guy you can't lose if you're South Florida.
Absolutely not. Maybe that's his ploy today, to come out and blend in, but he gets beat on a back door, but great hands right there on defense. Now this is just a pick to the corner right there, a little miss action. He just floats out, defender falls asleep, and that is a 3 ball right to the face. You got to stay with him. He's not going to miss those.
Ten to shoot. Caleb Murphy attacks. And it's deflected out by the Cougars. It stays with South Florida and 7 on the shot clock.
Got to have a good inbounds play right here. 7 seconds right now. You don't have to think. Just run the play. Run what coach drew up, and somebody's going to get a look.
Shot clock at 5. Corey Walker Jr. launches. Well short. Caleb Lohner pulls it down.
Pretty confident in saying that that probably wasn't the play. Corey Walker from 3, not the way they drew it up. Good action right there. Ball movement to the money man.
Back-to-back threes. Alex Barcelo. Timeout, South Florida.
We talked with Coach Pope about what makes him so good. It's the fact that he can score without having the ball in his hand. They rotate it, and he sticks it.
Scott?
Mm-hmm.
Did you possibly switch chairs with me?
No, not me.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Good luck finding your chair, LeBron.
Okay. Okay.
Alex Barcelo starting to heat up for BYU. Has hit back-to-back threes. Fueled by Barcelo, a 6-0 run. He's one of the top scorers out west when you look at the leading scorers. Terrell Brown Jr., the transfer from Arizona, who began his college career at Seattle at UW. David Roddy for Colorado State, who's undefeated, but the Rams right now are on pause. It's one of a number of teams dealing with COVID issues within their program. Caleb Murphy swatted away. Kept alive though by Walker. Boggs, 3 to shoot. Caleb Murphy. And Caleb Lohner elevates over everybody for the rebound.
Good defensive sequence right there for BYU. Come up with that rebound, and there you see the pick and the roll.
Backdoor to reverse lane, Barcelo from Fousseyni Traoré.
And we talked about the fact that he does not have to have the ball in his hands to be a threat. And right there, he just comes on a normal cut and is able to get a layup. They run so much action away from him, and then he finishes the play with the shot.
8 straight from Barcelo. Remember when he was scoreless? Just a couple of minutes ago.
Well, he's a great player. Like I said, he doesn't have to be the focal point. He's the guy that stays away from the action, and they make you rotate off of him, and then they get him to rock.
A collision hitting the deck is Javon Green for South Florida. A foul against the Cougars, who are rolling right now.
Barcelo can hurt you from 3, but right here he comes in the lane for the little underneath 2. And the Cougars up 5.
Here's to all you out there whipping up a casserole on an hour's notice. Here's to making lists and making sure you don't run out of the things you need. Here's to the real everyday heroes taking care of business and all the people you love. At Dollar General, we're proud to be right around the corner with the brands you love for less. So stop by your neighborhood DG and let's make real deals happen.
Kingsmen, and it is time for us to kill and kill and kill.
You forget your manners.
The King's Man, rated R. Now playing only in theaters.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Ticket Smarter, a smarter way to buy tickets to live events. Another gorgeous day in paradise in Honolulu. Look at Waikiki Beach from BYU on an 8-0 run, fueled by Alex Barcelo. Up 5 on South Florida. The Bulls scoreless for about 3 minutes right now. As Barcelo kicking it into gear, one of the top scorers in college basketball. One of the best shooters, and Brian Gregory knows what he needs from his defense. They have to find a way to shut down Alex Barcelo.
Yeah, defense isn't the problem. They just lose track of him in certain instances. Your natural instinct is to rotate, but you got to remember who you're rotating off of. because he'll hurt you every time.
Jameer Chaplin way off the mark on that one. It goes over to BYU.
Yeah, he's having a rough night. Hasn't hit 9 shot attempts, 0 for 9.
Seneca Knight having to play a little bit more inside with the absence of Baxter and Harwood. And they called Knight for a travel. And BYU now with 7 turnovers, and the Cougars only give it away 11.5 times a game.
Great defensive effort right there by Javon Green. Stayed with him in the post, made him shuffle the feet. And those are the possessions that keep you in the game.
Offensive foul, illegal screen on Byron Matos, his second.
Boy, Matos, the biggest man on the floor right now, doesn't need to move to set a screen. He can just stand there. Picks up that moving screen. And as a coach, you hate to see your bigs picking up ticky-tack fouls out there. If you want your big guys to be physical in the paint, picking up fouls in there, that's one thing. But setting screens, that's a wasted possession.
BYU looking for another key non-conference win, as they've had a really good run. The 2 losses for BYU so far have come in overtime on the road against Utah Valley, and also losing a neutral site game in South Dakota against Creighton. As Kevin Brill, Michael Greenstein need to step in, and a foul is called against South Florida, putting Ali Atiki at the line. It's on Jake Boggs of South Florida. And Ali Atiki is just 3 for 6 from the line so far. Second straight start for the freshman. And wave off the shot. There is a lane violation against BYU.
And Rox, I was going to say, believe it or not, that was a great foul by Boggs. He was completely behind him, had no chance to stop the easy 2. He makes the foul. Not only do they get the lane violation, he wasn't going to make that free throw anyway.
23-18. South Florida's missed their last 5 shots and have gone scoreless for over 3.5 minutes now. But BYU, they already have 6 quad 1 and quad 2 wins through the non-conferences. Jameer Chaplin missed the reverse layup, but gets his own miss.
I like Chaplin's energy. He's just got to get 1 bucket to drop.
Sam Hines Jr. double clutching. Unfortunately, Brian Gregory knows this all too well. Just 27% shooting, but a steal, and Murphy is fouled. We'll get to the line. 2 shots for Caleb Murphy, who's South Florida's leading scorer on the year. Has yet to get on the scoreboard in this one, as Spencer Johnson called for the foul.
Not a good possession right there for the Cougars. Caleb Lohner out there displaying his point guard skills, which leave a little bit to be desired. I'm sure Coach Pope wasn't pleased.
And Murphy the miss. He struggles at the line, believe it or not. Just a 53% foul shooter, Caleb Murphy, the freshman from Youngstown, Ohio, 4-star prospect. Paul Biancardi, our national recruiting director at ESPN, had Caleb Murphy ranked 72nd in his ESPN 100 prospects coming into college a couple of years ago. Last year, now he's still a freshman because of the COVID year. He was on the All-American Conference freshman team as Caleb Lohner to lay in. A 10-1 run for BYU.
Nice little pick and roll right there by the Cougars. They know how long to hold on to the ball, so that optimal moment when the big man flashes open, that's when they give it up.
Largest lead for the Cougars. And way off is Javon Green. T-John Lucas finds Seneca Knight. Rattles out. Spencer Johnson the offensive rebound. T-John Lucas hesitates. And Seneca Knight called for the foul.
You know, Rox, the pick and roll is about 2 things. Obviously, the point guard has to have vision, but you want to wait on your big man. Right there, he's not open, And at this moment, you see the seal, you see the indecision, the Bulls players not knowing which way to go. Good vision right there by Lucas to hold on to the ball till the right moment.
Already 4 assists in the game for Lucas, who is better than 500 in his career, as T-John Lucas began his college career at Illinois, then played in Milwaukee on his 3rd school as a grad transfer at BYU. spinning to the bucket. And Jameer Chaplin with his first points finally ends the drought.
Explosive player, great quickness. Struggled early. He's going to have a big second half.
Final minute of the first half.
And right now it's hard to believe just a 4-point game, given the way that BYU's made a couple of plays and well documented the shooting problems of USF.
In the lane, Spencer Johnson to miss. And the rebound secured by Sam Hines Jr. for South Florida. Then a double dribble. And he gives it right back to Brigham Young.
It was super late, but that was the right call. He got away with it for half a second. Right here, you see the indecision. He knows he's got to outlet this to the point guard, and he kind of picks it up, but Lohner's in the way.
And now a technical on Brian Gregory, a frustrated coach for South Florida.
That's a tough call right there. I mean, it's a 4-point game. You're shooting 18% from the field, or 29% from the floor, 18% from three. And now you give him a pair of free throws.
And Alex Barcelo, a 90%er. Makes both. And he has 10 now to lead BYU. So Barcelo played 2 years at Arizona. Taking advantage of that 6th year. And he is the top three-point shooter percentage-wise in BYU history at right below 49%.
Boy, there are some names on that list. You and I have done a handful of games in recent years, and you know there's guys at BYU that can absolutely fill it up.
Second foul on Sam Hines Jr. of South Florida, and Tijon Lucas to the line for the Cougars. Lucas 78%. 2 shots for Lucas. 2-time All-Horizon League while playing in Milwaukee. And the first point of the game for Tijon Lucas. Closing in on 1,200 career points at the 3 stops for Lucas. Last year he led the Horizon League at both assists and steals. He averaged almost 6 assists a game last year. Largest lead for BYU. Attacking to the bucket, and a foul first on the drive as Jameer Chaplin was bumped.
You can see Chaplin's eyes got big. As soon as he got the ball, he knew he could beat his man one-on-one. He's missed a lot of shots early, but right there, you see that kept his aggressiveness going to the rim.
Second on Spencer Johnson, a 1-and-1 for Chaplin, 77%. 17.1 left in the half. That is the 7th BYU team foul. And one more for Jameer Chaplin. His dad Michael played at Texas and St. Peter's. Double figures in 3 of South Florida's first 9 games this year. Averaging 6.5 points a game, missed the second. Now the Cougars can play for the final shot of the half, should they choose to do so.
You don't want to send anybody to the line. You want to defend without fouling. Get a hand up. Play smart for the Bulls. Good trap. And to rotate now.
Seneca Knight has it blocked, but it goes in the horn. How about that for an ending to the half for BYU?
Oh, that's crazy. You do everything right, and it still doesn't matter. Guys did a great job rotating over. The officials are going to take a look to see if it got out of his hand in time, but no question about this. Ball goes to the corner. Both defenders come over, make good plays on the ball right there. Just blocked it into the rim.
BYU closes the half, assuming the basket is good, on a 16-4 run. So South Florida jumped out to an early lead. We've seen that before from the Bulls this year. Brian Gregory knows that his team has started well, just been unable to sustain it. And they trail by 9 at the half. BYU 31. South Florida 22 as Alex Barcelo 10 points to lead BYU. Javon Green 9 to lead the Bulls. Halftime for the studio coming up after the break. The Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Hit Classic. Quarterfinal number 3. BYU up on South Florida at the break.
You take the west, I take on the east. I'ma put them in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chatting boys, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but man's keep talking, yeah. Just too sharp with the boys, like girls, better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Just too sharp with the boys, better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Better tell me I'm awesome. Better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch Mount, please use caution.
Still just talking about your aches and pains?
Jammed finger, broken thumb, torn MCL, fractured vertebrae.
For painful old war wounds, introducing CopperFit Ice, the world's first motion-activated compression knee sleeves for fast relief of sore muscles and joints. Now infused with the cooling effects of menthol and the energizing properties of CoQ10.
Achy back, broken thumb. You said that one.
Microencapsulated ingredients released by your motion for faster recovery and relief. The more you move, the more CopperFit Ice delivers.
Jerry Rice on ice.
Hey, I like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Game, match.
What just happened?
We like CopperFit too.
Try the new CopperFit Ice knee sleeve online now at copperfitice.com.
Nice game,
Dislocated
boys.
finger. Really bad, Charlie Horse.
Man.
Back's hurting.
When you've got pain
Falling apart.
and can't stop talking about it, CopperFit Ice.
And it's really starting to feel like Christmas here.
It's NBA Christmas time.
I've been dropping buckets all night long, they ain't stopped me yet.
He's unstoppable.
Put my game to another level, I need a bigger check. Only one wish that I got for Christmas, that's to win the title.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-429-0962. Again, that's 800-429-0962.
Welcome back. In March of 1980, Duke hired a young, relatively unknown head coach named Mike Krzyzewski. 41 years later, it seems impossible to think anybody could describe Coach K that way, considering now he goes from young and anonymous to being known by simply one letter. As he embarks on his final season, he sits down with one of his first great players, Jay Billis.
First of all, it's K-R-Z-Y-Z-E-W-S-K-I. And if you think that's bad, it was a lot worse before I changed it.
Well, I know you like to look forward, no rearview mirror, but I want to just take you back for a second to March 18th, 1980. Do you remember what you made your first year?
Well, they offered me the job, and I accepted. And what was her first, question was, how much are we going to make? And I said, I don't know. I made $40,000. I make a lot of money now. We didn't get in this for that. And we've done what we've loved for a lifetime.
Does it feel any different to you knowing that it's your last year coaching at Duke?
I don't think of it that way. I will say this, that when we had our exhibition game, and this is the first time we lined up for the national anthem, I got a little emotional. That's not where my head is at, but I'm sure that the situations that I'll be in throughout the season, some of them will evoke that type, but I don't want to go there.
Nice. Good, that's right, 3.
Why is John Shire the right coach for this job to succeed you? And what did you mean by succession, almost in a military way, to be able to train Coach Shire as he takes this over?
Yeah, succession is part of what you are taught in the military, because if you have a command, it's usually for a year, maybe a year and a half, sometimes two. But it's never yours completely. But John's been with me since his 9th year. He's only 34. And if this was a year or 2 years ago, I'm not sure that I would have gone along because he wasn't ready then. He's really ready.
Great. How have his duties been different knowing that he's taking over next year?
I think the main difference is in the recruiting. In June, when you walk in those gyms to watch kids play, probably the first time he walked in, they were saying, "Where's Coach K?" Then they stopped saying that. And then they said, "That's Duke's head coach next year."
Williams rolls to the rim and finishes with two hands.
This year's team, I know you're long, you're athletic, you're going to be big and physical, but how do you see this team playing?
A quick-paced team. We shouldn't have many shot clock violations, and a team that plays pretty good defense.
You're always looking for great stories, but if this one ends at the Final Four in New Orleans, it might be one of the greatest stories college basketball has ever authored as you take a look at the list of superlatives that could just go on and on and on for Coach K. I assume you guys have been around the game so long, you've got personal connections to Coach K. Let's start with Coach Greenberg.
Well, Coach K played at Army. My former head coach at Fairleigh Dickinson, Alabama, was the assistant coach at Army and coached him. So I knew Coach K before he was Coach K, before he was Mike. But to me, the thing is, and John, you can appreciate this, when you played against Duke, they set the standard. When I moved into the ACC as a coach, all right, they set the standard on how hard you would play and how consistent you would compete. Each and every single night, they were the biggest game on everyone's schedule, and each and every night you got their best shot because they knew you were going to get he was going to get your best shot.
Cool.
And to me, his ability to adjust in the times, but more importantly, to keep that competitive spirit each and every day, that's hard to do, and he did it seamlessly.
It's funny, too. As a player, you never really appreciated, and I got to be honest, as a player, you never appreciate any coach. It's just, you're a selfish player.